Right now, as you watch this video, the comfortable certainties of the post-Cold War era are crumbling. In September 2025, two meetings revealed just how dramatic the shift has become. In China, 20 world leaders gathered to discuss a new vision for global power. In New York, the United Nations faced its deepest divisions in decades. It could take an entire generation, 25 years or more, before a stable new system emerges. And the transition. It won't be peaceful. To understand where we're going, we need to see what's happening right now. And it all comes down to two very different gatherings that took place just days apart. On September 1st, China hosted the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Plus meeting in Tianjin. 20 world leaders from Asia, the Middle East, and beyond attended. Together, these countries represent 40% of the world's population and a quarter of global economic output. China's President Xi Jinping used this platform to present his country as offering stable, reliable leadership. Days later, on September 9th, the United Nations General Assembly convened in New York for its 80th session. The contrast couldn't be sharper. The gathering faced deep divisions, particularly over the war in Gaza. The Trump administration openly expressed skepticism about the UN's value and suspended visa processing for Palestinian passport holders. Two meetings. Two completely different visions of how the world should work. The comfortable certainties of the post-Cold War rested on three pillars, all dominated by the United States. Military security guarantees, protecting allies through treaties and military presence. Economic leadership, the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency, American-led institutions shaping global financial rules. Moral authority, championing the United Nations, international law, and diplomatic solutions. Today, all three pillars are being tested and reconfigured. American foreign policy has shifted dramatically. The Trump administration implemented aggressive tariffs, not just on competitors, but on close allies. Steel and aluminum tariffs of 25% on European imports. Some Chinese tech products facing 100% tariffs. The U.S. has withdrawn from or reduced commitment to major international agreements: UNESCO, the Paris Climate Agreement, the Iran nuclear deal, threatened WHO funding cuts. And militarily, America is repositioning, reducing security assistance to Eastern Europe while shifting focus to the Indo-Pacific, where competition with China intensifies. These aren't minor policy adjustments. They represent a fundamental shift in how America engages with the world. While American policy becomes more unpredictable, China is systematically expanding its global presence. Immediately after the SCO meeting, China staged an elaborate military parade. Xi Jinping stood alongside Russia's Vladimir Putin and North Korea's Kim Jong-un. In reality, a showcase of Beijing's rapidly growing military capabilities, advanced missiles, modern tanks, stealth aircraft, weapons that demonstrate China's transformation from a regional military power to one with global reach. But military power is only part of the story. China's Belt and Road Initiative has invested over $1 trillion in 150-plus countries. China has established alternative financial institutions. The Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, 109 member countries. BRICS expansion, now 10 members. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization itself, all these to conduct trade and finance without American influence. You might be thinking, this is just superpower politics. Why should I care? Here's why. These shifts aren't just affecting governments. They're affecting the systems that manage every global challenge we face. Take the Middle East. The Trump administration strongly supports Israel's military operations in Gaza, but traditional U.S. allies are taking different positions. The UK, France, and Canada call for a two-state solution. Spain and Ireland officially recognize Palestinian statehood. Over 50 countries support South Africa's genocide case at the International Court of Justice. International organizations can't bridge these divides. They struggle to produce outcomes that reflect any kind of global consensus. Arms control treaties, the agreements that kept nuclear weapons in check and prevented catastrophic miscalculation, are falling apart. The INF Treaty, which banned U.S. and Russian land-based missiles to ease nuclear tensions, gone since 2019. The Open Skies Treaty, which let nations fly reconnaissance missions over each other to build trust and transparency, abandoned in 2020. The Iran nuclear deal, designed to stop Iran from developing nuclear weapons, effectively dead. And New START, our last major treaty limiting deployed nuclear warheads, expires in 2026 with no replacement in sight. One by one, the safeguards are disappearing. And it's not just old treaties collapsing. Entirely new weapons are emerging with no rules at all. Hypersonic missiles that can evade defenses? No agreements. AI-powered autonomous weapons that decide who lives and dies? No agreements. Space militarization, satellites, weapons in orbit? No agreements. Cyber weapons that could cripple entire nations? No agreements. Meanwhile, after decades of reducing nuclear stockpiles, we're watching the opposite happen. China is racing toward 1,000 warheads or more by 2030. Russia is pouring resources into new delivery systems. North Korea continues expanding its arsenal. Pakistan and India are locked in a regional arms race. Even America's closest alliances are fracturing under strain. U.S. tariffs on European goods raise a fundamental question. Are we partners or competitors? Reduced security commitments force Eastern Europe to choose between overspending on defense or accepting dangerous vulnerability. In Asia, allies like Japan and South Korea are caught in an impossible bind, dependent on America for security and China for their economy. The alliances that stabilized the world since 1945, their very purpose is now in doubt. So what happens now? That's the trillion-dollar question. Let me walk you through three possible scenarios. Scenario 1. China's alternative vision. At the recent SCO meeting, Xi Jinping announced China's Global Governance Initiative, designed to support the UN's central role. But notice the strategy here. China isn't proposing to replace existing institutions. It's working within them, while simultaneously building parallel alternatives. China's message of sovereign equality resonates especially with developing countries, nations that feel Western-led institutions reflect only Western interests. But questions remain. Is this commitment genuine, or primarily a tool to enhance China's own position? Scenario 2. Multiple systems coexisting. Rather than one system winning and replacing everything else, different approaches will coexist. Countries will maintain relationships across multiple systems simultaneously. They'll participate in both Western-led and Chinese-led institutions. No single framework dominates. Instead, nations navigate a complex web of overlapping and sometimes competing structures. Scenario 3. America's path to leadership. America could restore its global leadership position, but only through renewed commitment to diplomacy and multilateral cooperation. This means rebuilding trust with allies through consistent partnership. Leadership will be earned by demonstrating that cooperation serves mutual interests better than competition. Here's the reality. History shows these transitions take considerable time. After World War II ended in 1945, it took until the mid-1970s, roughly 30 years, for the Cold War order to stabilize. After the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, another decade passed before a new order emerged. We're at the beginning of a similar transition, and it will likely take decades to complete. Whichever scenario unfolds, the restructuring will be gradual, uncertain, and shaped by choices made today. During this transition, risks are real. Miscalculation grows when rules are unclear. Regional conflicts intensify as powers compete for influence. Global problems, climate change, pandemics, economic crises may go unaddressed without cooperation. But opportunities exist too. More voices could mean more inclusive institutions. Competition might drive innovation in international cooperation. Regional solutions might work better than one-size-fits-all approaches. Which path we take, that remains uncertain. But here's what's clear. The comfortable certainties of the post-Cold War era are gone. The world is restructuring how countries relate, cooperate, and compete. The patterns we establish now will shape international relations for a generation. The question isn't whether the order is changing. It's whether we can navigate the transition without catastrophe. That's the challenge of our generation. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing.